As the highly anticipated bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul approaches on November 15th, the boxing world is abuzz with discussions about Tyson's remarkable physical transformation.
Do you think you'd be fighting again at age 57?
Hey, listen, it was written. That's all I know is written. Like, millions of years before my bloodline was existing. It was written. And what do you think? Well,
I think you're looking in pretty good shape. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
I wonder how you feel now compared to when you were fighting.
I feel I don't have to call people bad names. I feel really happy. It'll be a good day.
At 58 years old, the former heavyweight champion has showcased a physique that rivals his prime years, leaving fans and analysts both impressed and intrigued.
Are you a different fighter, or do you still imagine you are what you were?
Well, no, I know, I never lied to myself, but I know I'm good enough.
Tyson's commitment to rigorous training is evident. Recent footage reveals him engaging in intense workouts, including heavy bag sessions and specialized neck exercises, demonstrating both power and precision. This dedication has resulted in a shredded physique with defined muscles and a lean frame, reminiscent of his earlier days in the ring.
Movement's great, agility is great.
13, 14, breathe.
Conditioning is amazing, power is unbelievable.
Nice one.
That was the best we've seen him yet.
The transformation is not just physical, but also mental. Tyson has expressed a renewed sense of purpose and determination, aiming to defy age-related expectations. He stated, "Age is just a number," emphasizing his belief in the power of psychology and self-belief in maintaining physical fitness and strength.
I don't care about championships. I've already done that. It's something else now. It's more than skill. It's unbreakable mindset. Sometimes you gotta remind them. I'm built for this.
As the fight date approaches, the boxing community remains divided. Some express concerns over the age disparity and potential health risks, while others are excited to see Tyson's return to the ring. Vladimir Klitschko, the former heavyweight champion, has expressed admiration for Tyson's continued presence in the ring, calling it a powerful example of perseverance and determination. Klitschko, who retired after a long and successful career, sees Tyson's commitment to boxing as an inspiring testament to the power of will. He doesn't believe that age should limit a fighter's abilities, even at 58. In fact, Klitschko has stated that seeing Tyson's performance at this stage in his career has made him contemplate a possible comeback to boxing himself. Tyson's return has reinvigorated the idea that age doesn't necessarily define a fighter's potential.
Well, that's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well, so it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully, and I look forward to that match as well. You can only be too old in your mind.
Yeah.
If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
Colby Covington, a well-known UFC fighter, voiced his opposition to the fight, emphasizing the significant health risks Tyson faces due to the 30-year age gap between him and Jake Paul. Covington stressed that the physical demands of boxing at Tyson's age could be extremely detrimental to his well-being. He cautioned that, regardless of Tyson's legendary status, the fight might not be in his best interest health-wise.
I think, Mike still looks like a superhuman for 58, but he's still 58 years old, and he shouldn't be fighting anymore. I don't think it's safe. I think it's dangerous. At that age, your heart might explode. He gets hit in the head, he might have a brain bleed. I mean, the guy, that's what I hope for. I hope that Mike Tyson makes it through injury-free and doesn't get hurt. But I don't like the fight. Jake's in his mid-20s. He's doing every chemical known to man. He's literally a lab project. They're just juicing him up, him and his brother. Yeah. Everybody knows that. The machine's behind him, juicing him up, putting every chemical known to man. So I think it's going to end bad. I think, Jake's going to probably knock him out within the first 2 minutes. And if he doesn't, then it'll be because he's carrying him and he's trying to make the freak show look like it's a competitive fight. But I hate the fight. I think it takes away from Mike Tyson's legacy.
Chris Lieben, a former mixed martial artist, referee, and bare-knuckle boxer, also weighed in on the potential outcome of the fight. While Lieben acknowledged Jake Paul's increased skill level as a boxer, he believes that Tyson's superior experience would typically give him the upper hand. However, Lieben pointed out that Tyson's advanced age could be a significant disadvantage, especially in terms of speed and endurance. He argued that Paul's youth, combined with his punching power, might be enough to overcome Tyson, even if the legendary fighter's technique remains sharp. This scenario paints the fight as a clash of generational advantages, where Tyson's skill faces off against Paul's youthful vigor.
What's up? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Who's gonna win that?
Oh, I don't want to say anything, but you know, listen, because obviously we all love Mike Tyson. He's old though, man. Jake can hit. Jake can hit. You know, I think that fight can play out a couple different ways, but I think the longer it goes, I think Jake might be able to catch him. We'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, because I heard Jake got really good cardio, and
I mean, he's not a terrible boxer. I've watched all his fights. He's not a great boxer. He's nowhere near where Mike Tyson was. You know, if it was a 16-year-old Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul now, I would put every penny on that Mike Tyson. But
Of course.
But age is a motherfucker, dude.
Darren Bent, the former footballer, expressed discomfort with the fight, stating that he'd rather preserve his memories of Tyson in his prime. Bent appreciated the respect Tyson showed during his exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr., where both legends were able to display their talents without the pressure of a full-blown competition. However, Bent feared that if Tyson were to lose to Jake Paul, it could tarnish his legacy, especially if Paul were to boast about the victory. Bent speculated that Tyson might hold back in the fight, suggesting that if Tyson found early success, he could ease off to avoid an embarrassing loss. The concern here is that this fight, with its stakes tied to Tyson's reputation, might be more about protecting his legacy than proving his skills.
I know he had a few, we spoke about it earlier, a few duds at the end of his career, but like even that exhibition against Roy Jones, it was just nice to see two greats go at it, but have that mutual respect where they weren't going to try and take each other's head off. In this one here, my biggest fear is that we love Iron Mike and he gets beat by Jake Paul, and then Jake Paul just doesn't shut up about it.
Yeah,
and that's going to annoy me, because I'm like, we haven't beat Mike Tyson, well, I have beat Tyson
in a professional fight.
Yeah, and it isn't a fight. I wish it was just an exhibition. I think that's what's put me off.
Do you think there's any part of Mike Tyson that will hold back?
It depends. I mean, if he drops him a couple of times in the first or the second, he might just go, do you know what, I could destroy this kid, so let me just ease back a little bit.
Michael Conlan, the Irish boxer, shared a mixture of curiosity and apprehension about the Tyson-Paul matchup. While he acknowledged the fight's potential to draw a massive audience, Conlan expressed concerns over the risks to Tyson's health and safety. He questioned the financial motivations driving the bout, wondering if Tyson was participating more for monetary reasons than sporting ones. Conlan made it clear that while he intends to watch the fight, he'll do so with a sense of unease, hoping for a safe outcome for the former heavyweight champion. His perspective reflects the growing sentiment that Tyson's participation in such a high-profile fight is more about business than sportsmanship.
A lot of intrigue.
Listen, everybody will watch it, won't they, really? Let's be honest. It's intriguing just to see, but the things I've heard, the rumours I've heard about that, like, the longer the fight goes, the more money Tyson will make. If he knocks him in the first round, he barely makes any money. I've heard all these type of rumours. I don't know if they're true, but I've heard loads of rumours like that. And
Surely that can't be part of it.
You never know though, listen.
Different world, isn't it?
It's a completely different world. And if that's the case, wow. But I'll watch it. But I'll watch it through my fingers, because I don't want to see Tyson getting hurt.
Adam Catterall, a well-known boxing commentator, voiced a similar mix of admiration and concern. Catterall acknowledged Tyson's remarkable fitness for his age, highlighting that the 58-year-old isn't just any veteran. He's an undisputed champion with years of experience. However, Catterall also expressed concern about the motives behind the fight, especially given Tyson's age and the physical toll of competing at such an advanced stage in his career. He viewed Tyson's previous exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. as a more appropriate platform for showcasing his skills without the risk of real damage. The fight with Jake Paul, however, is seen as more of a spectacle with greater risks involved for Tyson.
Like I said, Mike Tyson's 58 years of age, but he's not a normal 58-year-old. He keeps himself in incredible shape. He's the former undisputed champion. He knows what he's doing when he's in there. And when a couple of years ago he had that exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr., and I was all for it. I actually supported that, because two legends of the game having a little bit of a trip down memory lane, because the fire's still burning for him, showing everybody that nostalgia. they know how to defend themselves. They know how to make it look appealing, and they also know how to not hurt each other, if that makes sense. So therefore, I was all for them making that walk and having a little bit of fun that night. And I think we all did have a little bit of fun that night when we saw those two guys have a go at it. I'm concerned about this one because Jake Paul ain't from this world, man. This ain't his world. This is Iron Mike Tyson's world. And therefore, if he does take the mick a little bit, and if he does go a little bit too far, then what does Mike do? Mike's not for messing about. So there's that worry of a lad that is fallen into the world of boxing. He's actually done a lot of good things for boxing because Amanda Serrano's on this card and he's done wonders for her career.
Yeah.
But he's fallen into the world of boxing. He's not a boxer. He's not from this world. And he's taking on, as Andy said a minute ago, one of the baddest men still on the planet today. It could be disastrous. It really could.
Ryan Garcia, the young boxing sensation, commented on the fight with a mixture of respect for Jake Paul's bravery and concern for Tyson's health. Garcia praised Paul for taking on the challenge of fighting a living legend like Tyson, but he also recognized the risks involved for the older fighter. Garcia noted that power is often the last thing to go in a boxer, which means that Tyson's punch still carries considerable danger. Despite this, he raised concerns over Tyson's ability to compete against a younger and faster opponent, especially after years away from the sport.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Dude, try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. You know, he's like 60 years old.
How much of his power you think he lost? You think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think like that's the last thing to go.
Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul's former opponent in 2 boxing bouts, shared a more balanced view of the upcoming fight. Woodley, who faced Paul in 2021, stated that the match might be more even than many expect. While Tyson's advanced age is certainly a factor, Woodley acknowledged that Paul's youth and energy give him a fair chance.
It's a very even fight, to be honest, and it's even because of the age of Mike Tyson, and it's
okay.
I think it's an even fight because of the age of Mike Tyson. He's completely, obviously, out of his prime. When in his prime, most of his fights were almost attempted murder. So literally, Jake wouldn't have stood a chance. Nobody would even commission or sanction a fight against him and Mike Tyson.
Woodley also criticized Paul's tendency to select opponents who give him an advantage, suggesting that Paul's matchmaking could play a role in shaping the outcome of his career. Although Woodley believes Paul has a legitimate shot at victory, he's not entirely convinced that the fight will be a true test of Paul's boxing skills.
It's always on a win-win situation. He's fighting guys that if he loses, you lost to this guy, you lost to Tyron, you lost to Anderson Silva, you lost to Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz or whatever.
Okay.
So he's always in a position where if he wins, he goes up. If he loses, it's like, okay, he took a risk, he took a chance. So I like the fight, I'll be at the fight.
Okay.
I was originally fighting on the card. We couldn't find a formidable opponent that made sense. So now it's just to support the event and be a part of a big event in combat sports.
Stipe Miocic, another UFC heavyweight champion, expressed his belief that Jake Paul has the skills to beat Tyson. Miocic, who has a wealth of experience in combat sports, sees Paul as the favorite in this fight, citing Tyson's age and diminished reflexes. Miocic was confident that Paul's speed, power, and youthful energy would prove too much for Tyson, and he didn't hesitate to declare him the likely winner. This perspective reflects the growing sentiment among some combat sports figures who see Jake Paul as more than just a celebrity boxer. They view him as a legitimate threat in the ring.
His opinion on you versus Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, who do you think's gonna win?
And don't lie.
I got you, babe.
Let's go. Thank you. He called me babe too.
Call you one, babe. That's what I do.
He called me babe first.
No.
He did.
He never called you babe on this episode.
Did you not?
I did.
He said he loved you.
Adi Oladipo, a sports commentator, voiced his skepticism about the fight. Oladipo criticized the logic behind Tyson's decision to step back into the ring, especially given his age and long absence from the sport. He pointed out that Tyson has not fought professionally since 2005 and is now 58 years old, which raises doubts about his readiness for such a high-profile contest. Oladipo also referenced a recent video of Tyson appearing in a wheelchair, questioning whether Tyson is truly in peak condition for a fight of this magnitude. While he recognized that Jake Paul is a powerful young fighter, Oladipo remained critical of the entire scenario, wondering why Tyson would agree to such a dangerous fight at this stage in his life.
Probably, I'd watch two guys falling out of a pub fighting though, so I don't know if it means so much me saying yes, I would watch it, but I hate it. I absolutely hate the fight. It makes no sense to me. Mike Tyson's 58 years of age. hasn't fought since, I mean, unless we're counting the Roy Jones fight professionally, since 2005. Hasn't won a fight since 2003. And he's not like he's a fit 58-year-old either. This isn't a guy that could run 2 marathons back to back. He clearly had health problems, and I remember a video recently, I think it was about 6 or 7 months ago, where he was in a wheelchair. What's he doing? I honestly don't understand it at all. I mean, Jake's a young, healthy, fit, strong, big guy that can actually box a bit and punch, so I don't quite get it.
Lennox Lewis, a former heavyweight champion who famously defeated Tyson in 2002, shared concerns about Paul's safety in the upcoming fight. Lewis, who knows Tyson's capabilities firsthand, expressed worry that Jake Paul might be ill-prepared for the intense physicality of facing such a seasoned fighter. While Lewis believes Tyson is unlikely to suffer significant harm, he raised concerns about how Paul would handle the ferocity of Tyson's punches and the pressure of facing a true boxing legend. Lewis's comments reflect the delicate balance between respecting Tyson's legacy and acknowledging the risk to Paul in stepping into the ring with a fighter of his caliber.
Turning to the ring at the ripe old age of, I believe, 58 or 59 years of age. Your opinion on that, of course, as somebody who, you've been rivals with Mike, you've known Mike for many, many years. A lot of people concerned about him returning to the ring against Jake Paul.
What are they concerned about? Yeah, I mean, Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself, and he's boxing against a guy that not as good as boxer as he is, and Mike Tyson knows how to throw a good punch. He knows how to break you down, so I'm more concerned about the other guy.
Oscar De La Hoya, another iconic figure in boxing, shared his concern for Tyson's well-being. While De La Hoya agreed that Tyson has a puncher's chance to win, particularly in the early rounds, he expressed doubts about Tyson's ability to go the distance. De La Hoya was less impressed with Jake Paul's opponent selection in general, arguing that Paul's track record has been less about taking on true competition and more about choosing opponents who give him a competitive advantage. Still, De La Hoya acknowledged that Tyson could surprise people given his natural knockout power.
It's not going to be dangerous for Tyson. It will not be dangerous for Tyson because, I mean, Tyson's been up in the ring with, monsters. He has a chin. He can. I'm sure he can go 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds. But I'm just concerned about Tyson's legacy. That's it.
Yeah, if Jake catches him with something, he is 57.
You just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring, against a strong guy, a strong bull like Jake Paul. So it's.
Is that good or bad for boxing if Jake finds a way to knock him out, yet alone beat him?
I think it'll be. I think it'll be sad for Tyson.
Gareth A. Davies, a boxing journalist, also expressed deep concern when he heard the fight was going to be a sanctioned match. Davies voiced his strong reservations about the potential for Tyson to lose to a YouTuber like Jake Paul, seeing the possibility as both disappointing and damaging to Tyson's legacy. For Davies, the fight raises serious questions about the integrity of boxing, particularly when a legend like Tyson is involved in such a spectacle.
I am very concerned about the news this week that this is a sanctioned boxing bout that will count on the record. I do not want to read on boxrec.com or on Wikipedia that Mike Tyson in 2024 lost to Jake Paul, an influencer and a YouTuber, in a veritable boxing match. It's just not right, and I think we should be concerned about his health, and I think we should be concerned how one of the greatest living icons of our sport, Spencer Oliver.
Sean O'Malley, a UFC star, expressed his respect for Mike Tyson's legacy, but suggested that age could be a major factor in the outcome of the fight. O'Malley, who has experience in combat sports, believes that Tyson's age, combined with Paul's youthful energy and power, gives Jake a significant advantage. He argued that speed and power, which are critical in boxing, will likely tip the scales in Paul's favor. This view aligns with the general consensus among many who believe that Tyson's age will be the deciding factor in the fight.
There's limits to what you can do when his body's been through it. You can't count him out. I just feel like Jake's too locked in, too in it, been in it too long. With in the last 5 years, who's been in it more? I think that matters. And what is he, 30 years younger? I just don't see this ending well for Uncle Mike Tyson.
Think Jake's got the speed factor?
Speed, power. Even at this point, Jake's not a little guy. Jake's a big fella. He's just in. I think the rule set will play a role. Is it 2 minutes? Is it 4 rounds? Is it what is it gonna be? So I think that'll matter. I don't even know if that'll matter. I think Jake's gonna probably
Finally, Shannon Briggs, a former heavyweight champion, emphasized the importance of speed in boxing. Briggs noted that Tyson's unique ability to land punches quickly and unpredictably made him a dangerous opponent in his prime. However, he also pointed out that Tyson's age could impact his ability to deliver those quick strikes. Speed, according to Briggs, will be crucial in determining the winner, as Tyson's success in the ring has often relied on landing strikes before his opponents could react.
There's got to be one thing that just really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous. And he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor of going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. Here he not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
In conclusion, opinions on the Tyson-Paul fight are deeply divided. While many praise Tyson's return to the ring as an example of determination, others fear for his safety and question the logic behind the fight. It's clear that the matchup is a complex issue for boxing, with the sport's legends offering a range of perspectives on the potential consequences of this highly anticipated showdown. So what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.